Alright, I'm staying at my couch surfing house, and if you've never done couch surfing, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, you meet a lot of cool people, and sometimes, sometimes the houses you get in get way overbooked. So last night we have 2 bedrooms, one with a Canadian, one with a Chilean guy in it. And you can see it's a pretty small apartment. And we had a Brazilian guy sleeping on the floor right here. We got a Swedish guy sleeping on the floor right here. We had a Frenchman on the floor here in this corner. We had a German guy sleeping right here in front of the refrigerator. And then there was a dirty American from Kenosha, Wisconsin sleeping right here. And you can see he's left all his garbage laying in the pile because he's really messy and terrible. But couch surfing is a great time. You meet a lot of cool people that you never would have met before. So if you've never done it, gotta check it out. Next scene. So we're at the community center. I'm here with my Swedish friend Paco and my Chilean friend Christian. And you get all this food because it's the community center. It's really cheap, so it's a good deal. We're having a good time in Montreal, and I don't know. I'm glad we found this place because I don't have a lot of money. Yes, we're glad we found him, because he's the one that told us about cheap food at the community center. So I don't have any clean socks because we did wash a few days ago and I only have a few pair of socks. So on our way to the community center, I wore flip-flops. Clearly a terrible decision. If you look at the ground.
It's true, I forget about it.
We've been walking around for like over an hour in the mud and the rain and the puddles and my flip-flops, and this is what we have to go through now. Well, my host Ron and I have been walking around town. We're in the old part of town, old Montreal, the oldest part of town, and we are in this really beautiful apartment that is just owned by someone he knows, and we have a great view of Montreal from here. I don't know if you can see down the road. We're pretty high up. So how would you like to live in a spot like this? This is...
Making the video?
Yeah. Apparently this is where Charles Dickens lived for several years of his life. Alright, so I had a lot of fun hanging out at Ron's house. There was a lot of cool guys there that I got to know really well. A lot of different languages spoken. The code switching was unbelievable. And so now I'm making my way to my next host, who also lives in Montreal. And he is an Esperantist. So I met him not through couch surfing, but through a different service called La Pasporta Serbo, which is only for Esperanto speakers. So for people who say it's stupid to learn Esperanto, I don't know, it's getting me a free room for the night, so I don't know how stupid that is. But I haven't talked to him a whole lot yet, just basically a little bit over email, and all in Esperanto. My Esperanto isn't great, but it's enough to get me a room for the night and hopefully be able to make a little bit of small talk with this guy. So I'm looking forward to meeting him. He's actually the first Esperanto speaker that I've ever met in real life, or that I'm going to meet, so it's going to be exciting. And then tomorrow I'm taking the metro out of town. I'll just take it as far as I can away from the downtown area, and I'm going to start hitchhiking again. I'm trying to make it to Quebec City, and so hopefully I can make it there by tomorrow night, because I already have a couch surfing host lined up there and one Pasporta Serbo host for the weekend. So I'm praying that I can make it there by this weekend, because otherwise I'm going to be sleeping in the wilderness somewhere along the way.